Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can also watch us live streaming on YouTube. That's right. Just go to YouTube, search up Kern Radio. We are live right now. Not only that, you can go back and watch past episodes as well. Now we are also all over social media. Just search us Kern Radio on X, Instagram, and Facebook, and much more platforms to come. Just wait. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR. We got a good show for you lined up today. We'll get the latest out of the story that keeps on giving. Donald Trump answering more questions about Jeffrey Epstein. We'll tell you what he said, not only about Epstein, but Ghislaine Maxwell, his associate, and whether or not he will pardon her. We'll tell you what the president has said. Plus, we'll give you or at least I'll give you my opinion on the $300,000 payout to the former sheriff that decided he wanted to be the sheriff. Only you cannot dethrone the sheriff. Donnie Youngblood will tell you the details of the $300,000 payout, what he gets, and again, my thoughts on that. I believe there's still a crash. Chris, can you look up on the CHP traffic page for me? I know you're busy. Mr. Bailey turns in his notes all late, and then you have to get his sound, and he just stumbles in. And we call him, his Native American name is now One Shoe Bailey. That's. Woo, I'm going to go. That was Chris C. Burdick at Kern Radio. The CHP traffic page. I believe there is an accident, or I know there's an accident on Golden State and just about F Street. A big rig went off the side of the Golden State Highway. Might have struck a bridge or something, and there was his stuff all over the road. It was backed up all the way to F Street. This happened about an hour and a half ago. So if you're in the area, there's probably some lane closures going down Golden State. It was just westbound, I believe. So just be on the lookout. Go a different way. Just don't go to Golden State. There is a big rig. Not sure if they picked it up off the side of the road, but it went off the Golden State there. So look out for that. Other than that, and happy birthday to Allison. I know she listens a lot, so she's been a long-time listener of the Ralph Bailey Show, and it's good people. So happy birthday to her. Other than that, we got to start with what everybody is discussing: the shooting that took place yesterday evening. When was it, Chris? I walked in here about 5:30, looked up at the TV and saw some scrambling going on, and they were talking about a shooting in New York. Turns out 27-year-old Shane Tamora of Las Vegas walked into the building that houses not only the NFL, but BlackRock and a few other establishments. He apparently had a beef with the NFL, according to a note that authorities found in his pocket. He claims to have CTE, which is believed to be caused by multiple hits to the head injuries, concussions. A lot of former NFL players have been diagnosed. The only problem with being diagnosed is you can only be for certain is after you die. They can do some tests on tissues of your brain to figure out if you do, in fact, suffer from CTE. But 27-year-old Shane Tamora claims that he was suffering from that, had the beef with NFL, showed up and killed 4 people, unfortunately, including an off-duty New York City police officer who was working as a guard at the time. Tamara, who played high school football here in California, California over a decade ago, never actually played in the NFL, is believed to have a history of mental illness, police have said. Again, they found a 3-page handwritten note in his wallet. He apologized numerous times, but did kill 4 people. Apparently, walked into, and I saw pictures. I didn't see video of him walking across the street, but there was at least pictures of him just casually crossing the street. He parks the car, drove all the way from Las Vegas, parks the car, gets out of the car and carries his rifle just by his side, doesn't conceal it or anything. Walks right into the building, starts shooting up in the lobby, walks up to the elevators, was going to pass the guard and then turned and shot the guard. And then that's when he went up, going to the wrong floor, went all the way up to the 30-something floor, I believe. The NFL is on the lower floors of that building.
I hear you took the wrong elevator.
Or took the wrong, yeah, well, yeah, in those high-rise buildings, it's like these set of elevators go through floors 1 through 10. The next go through, because there's so many coming on and off. If you have to wait for an elevator to go up 50 flights of stairs, you'll be there for all day. And so, yeah, there's different elevators that go through different sections of the building. He entered the wrong one, went up higher than he was supposed to, got out, shot another person before he then shot himself. There will be an autopsy in which they said they will do a scan of his brain.
Morbid, I know, but
What's that?
imagine they scan his brain and there's no evidence.
I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Not to say that it's not possible, because again, he doesn't have any NFL experience, but he did play high school football and probably Pop Warner leagues before that, I can only assume. These kids, they start them off very early, banging heads very early. I know a lot of parents that opt just for flag football now, just because what do we need to take? Let's get the basics. Let's learn the plays, learn how to do routes and throw the ball and stuff like that. Tackling can come later, because I mean, Junior Seau is probably one of the biggest names when that comes to mind. I mean, we saw the movie. What was the movie with Will Smith called? It was called Concussion. And it was all about CTE and how years of playing football and banging your head against other teammates. And that's why the NFL has now not only has the new concussion protocol. That wasn't before the movie, really. It wasn't. That's what sparked it.
It wasn't really stressed until right now.
Yeah, and the NFL still won't admit it, but they're taking all these precautions now around concussions. Some of them you'll even see, and I'm sorry, you know what I'm talking about, Chris. It looks like it's the jumbo head on top of somebody because they have a helmet on top of their helmet. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's extra padding on the outside of the helmet because obviously, if you've seen football helmets, the outer shell is still hard.
Right.
Two of those bouncing off each other still does not feel good.
Oh no,
So the soft cap essentially takes a lot of that away.
It's supposed,
a lot of the punishment part of it away.
It's supposed to absorb some of the hit then.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, the NFL again is taking steps. You can't do helmet to helmet anymore. You can't lead with the head. You can't put your head down to lead with the head when you tackle. They have all kinds of rules now.
You really don't even tackle the way you used to anymore. It's more about wrapping up the legs and rolling.
Which is how you probably should have been tackling.
Honestly, yeah,
it's
rugby style attack.
It's form tackling. You square them up, you keep your head up, and so you can see if he's going to cut on you, which way to go. You don't get juked.
See, even that though, the explosion of the legs and stuff like that upwards, they don't teach you that anymore.
Yeah, you can hit through the guy. It's not a far-fetched idea to say that maybe he does suffer because he did play as a kid. And on young developing minds, should kids be taking shots like that to the head? Are there greater chances for it happening because they are younger? until we probably do real studies. And unfortunately, like I said, you can't be diagnosed until you die, until they can remove your brain and do research on it. There's no other diagnosis.
Just putting this thought out there as well. The CTE of a lot of people's lives probably led to a lot of the struggles in school.
Oh yeah, you never know.
Your mental capabilities are not the same when you deal with stuff like this. And I know a lot of football players who just couldn't get school down after a certain age, and it could have been just because the amount of punishment they had taken at that point.
Yeah, it's a violent sport, and unfortunately, people do end up with permanent injuries. And one of those is CTE. And the gentleman that entered the New York City building yesterday and killed 4 people before killing himself claims to have suffered from it after years of playing NFL ball. It's unfortunate. That's all I can really say. Whenever somebody loses their lives, it's not good. It's mental illness. I guess you can classify CTE as a mental illness, right? He was claiming all kinds of things that makes people go crazy. And we talked about it yesterday with the other rash of violence, the stabbing at the Walmart, this mental illness crisis that we have going on in this country, that until we can really admit it, we're never going to fix the problem. And until we can institute real solutions like forcing people into help in a compassionate way, we're just going to continue to see the same things over and over and over. And you can talk to me about gun control. Go ahead. I know you're going to call and tell me, oh, he got the gun and he should have never had a gun and that gun shouldn't be allowed. 661-842-5376. You said we do have a phone call, sir. Who do you got? Daily Dave, what's going on, sir?
Everybody wins, everybody gets a medal. Nobody knows how to lose anymore. Nobody knows how to interact and be amongst people. And then they get their feelings hurt, and they're playing all these crazy video games. It just kind of messes up their mind. It's a different time than when I grew up. I'm almost 70. And, we played football, and we used to go helmet to helmet. And, we did spearing and stuff, and I'm okay, but...
Are you, Dave? Are you, Dave? I met you a few times, Dave. It's a suspect. I'm just messing with you.
Make it safe. And it's a hard call now. Do you want your kids to play tackle football? I don't think they should start. I didn't play till I was a freshman in high school. I played 5th and 6th flag and 7th and 8th organized flag football. You're in the base, and then you go out and play tackle.
I played tackle football starting in 7th grade for Golden Empire. No, was it Golden Empire? Was it Jack Frost? It was Jack Frost back then. That's how old I am, Dave. It was Jack Frost back then. And I didn't play long. I wasn't that good. I was terrible. I played for 2 years, and then when I got to high school, I said, I'm not playing football anymore. I don't like running the snakes up and down the field. None of that. And I never got hit in the head hard, but I did get the wind knocked out of me one time, and that didn't feel good.
My best year was my JV year, and our JV coaches, they didn't run us to death. We just had some fun drills at the end of practice, and we loved showing the practice, and we were good. Sometimes these coaches get carried away with the conditioning, and they run you into the ground,
No, yeah. It's a lot of coaching too. Yeah. You can get a good coach that is going to teach you. Like I said, it's all about fundamentals at that age. We don't need to get kids flying at each other so much as we need to teach them the fundamentals of any game they play.
That's right. And just like you're teaching your daughter the fundamentals of life, and I think you're doing a good job the way you talk about her. You got good coaches and good teachers, and it starts at home. We can teach our children to learn to handle defeat, and that they can go through life and not go off the deep end.
That's right. All right, Dave, I got to get to a break. Thanks for calling in, buddy. You as well. You as well. If you want to chime in, you can at any time. 661 842 5376. 661 842 KERN. You can also drop me an email, jr@kernradio.com. You can go into the YouTube, watch us live, drop in a line in the chat box there. I'll turn around during the break and
Apparently, I'm catching strays from Big Dog today.
uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I don't know nothing.
You don't? Well, you don't, Chris. I mean,
one of us has a show on ESPN.
Bay. Big Dog is Big Dog, though.
Go watch your dog. Big Dog.
That's right. Dang, why do we got to keep losing for? Man. But are we still leading? Are we still leading the West?
Well, of course you.
Well, of course. See, that's right. Still going to win the World Series, so it doesn't even matter. August, July baseball doesn't even matter. Call me when we get to October. Got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll talk about the $300,000 payout from the sheriffs. Disgruntled employees talking about soft. Y'all soft. Give you my thoughts on that. Talk about the story that keeps on keeping on. Jeff Epstein. Donald Trump still taking questions. We'll tell you what he said today. There's a meteor shower coming to town, and I think SpaceX is also launching a rocket. We'll tell you when to pay attention to the skies. And a fun story I think you'll get a kick out of. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back. What was that? Welcome back. It's the JR Show. See how I did that? I just floated right into the... You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out, kernradio.com. You can also find us streaming live on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. We'll pop up, hit the subscribe button, and then push the notification bell. I'm getting pretty good at that, Chris. See how I do that? So I'm like a YouTuber now. I watch them all the time with my daughter, and I can't.
You said that the other day because my friend looked at me the other day too. He's like, "Does this mean you're a YouTuber?"
Does this
now?
mean you're?
No.
I'm an
No,
influencer. I'm an influencer.
Not even close.
Not even close.
It's not on my end.
But not yet. We're getting there, but not yet. What was I saying? Yeah, catch us on YouTube. Just hit the subscribe and the notification button, and then you'll get notified every time we go live. You can also find me on the Instagram and Facebook, even on X, although I need to get more active on there. Just look up Why Not JR. Man, the ground just shook, dude. Was that a train or an earthquake? You didn't feel it?
Meteor off the ground at the moment.
So were mine, but my chair just kind of gave a shake. I don't know if it was the train going by or
Must have been.
the drugs kicking in.
Then again, we're on God's edge of sketch. So
Yeah, I'm just saying. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. There'll also be a donation for a bronze statue that's at an estate sale in the parking lot currently that I want to get and put on the YouTube. Maybe we'll do that at some point. Do you have any text messages, sir?
yes.
What do you got?
Did Fernando Jara have CTE?
No, but they claim he suffers from PTSD because he's been on these so-called suicide missions, according to Supervisor Leticia Perez, his wife, which she told police officers when they arrived, that he's been through torture and there's missions where he shouldn't have come back alive. And he's been off his meds for too long. He's bipolar and schizophrenic, I believe she also said he's been diagnosed. So, and he was supposed to be in court this morning. I will look that up and see what came out of that. What else do you have?
JR, so if he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, will they be able to examine if his brain to determine if he even actually had CTE?
Yes, because Junior Seau did the same thing, and I'm
Well,
sorry.
Junior shot through the
I was going to
chest.
say, if you have kids in the car, just tune out for a second. Junior Seau, when he committed suicide, or as they're saying online now, unalived himself.
I can't.
Let's just call it suicide, please, so we can get people help. He shot himself in the chest so that they could examine his brain. And although I haven't heard anything about Shane Tamara, who was the shooter yesterday in New York City, I would imagine that he did the same if he wanted his brain to be checked as well. Come back on the other side. We'll take some more of your text messages and phone calls. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can also drop a line in the YouTube chat box where we're live. Just go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. Emails also accepted. jr@kernradio.com. Get to the bottom of the hour news. Come back and I'll get to that $300,000 sheriff payout right after the break. Shut up! Shut up! You didn't buy it. Jen Pitcher said she bought one of the cars. I'm not. She said, Jen Pitcher said she bought one of the cars.
Before taking his own life, claimed to have had a brain
I'm about to
disease
ask her.
linked to contact sports and was trying to target the National Football League's headquarters in the building. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said investigators believe the gunman wanted to get up to the NFL's office on Monday, but entered the wrong elevator. Ghislaine Maxwell is open to answering questions from
Sorry,
Congress at
we're
Friend
talking about that
Immunity
estate
from
sale in the parking lot.
future
One of
prosecution,
my
lawyers
friends
say.
apparently was
Maxwell
telling me,
serving
don't
a
knock it.
20-year sentence
Don't
for
knock the
conspiring
estate sale.
with
Hey, look,
Jeffrey
I don't knock
Epstein
estate
to
sales.
abuse
I
underage
love
girls.
estate sales.
Has rejected
I
requests,
love
has
them. I want to go to all of
requested
them.
questions in
I want
advance
every
and
time I see a
interviews
sign for an
scheduled
estate sale,
after
I
a
want to
Supreme
go in.
Court
I love
decision is resolved.
picking through people's stuff.
More
Unmen's,
details at
yes.
SRNnews.com.
So no, I'm not knocking. I was dead serious. There's a bronze statue Shut up! She bought the Rolls. Jen, you got to take me for a ride in the Rolls Royce. I want a ride in your Rolls Royce,
I'm Bill
Jen.
Robbins. A civil suit on
My
behalf
goodness.
of the former chief sheriff's deputy has been settled. Kern County will pay
That's
Justin
funny, but there's
Fleeman
a
$300,000
bronze
in the suit
statue.
by
Maybe
the
we'll try to
deputy,
take a shot of
claiming
it
he
through the
was fired
window.
because he challenged Donnie Youngblood in the 2018 election. After he lost, the sheriff's office fired him. Fleeman went to court claiming wrongful termination.
It's a bronze
He won't be
statue
opposed for
of a
concealed
naked
carry
woman,
permit, and he is
and it's
receiving
probably
his
about
pension of nearly $90,000.
4 or 5
The Kern
feet
County
tall,
Coroner's Office has identified the victim of a shooting
and
that happened on Beardsley
they
Avenue
want $3,500 for it.
38-year-old
She bought the
Mitchell Lee
Rolls
Farley of
Royce.
Bakersfield.
Yes,
Deputies
she
called to the
did.
scene at
And she
around
hasn't told
8
me.
p.m. July 12th. Farley died at the scene. 46-year-old Darren
That's
Lee Williford
funny.
has been arrested. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN
That
newsroom
is
with news every
hilarious,
half
y'all.
hour or when it breaks on
Hilarious.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and
Yeah.
AM 1180 KERN.
That's funny. I want to ride.
And that's right. To warn you not to test, but you don't listen. Giving a shout out to my uncle Danielle.
Welcome back. Ooh, Pacheco, South 8th Street to 7-Eleven. A little fire right there by that going on. Oh, and then there's a guy running from the cops, and then he's still running, but they got him. Apparently, that's crazy. Somebody was running from the cops a little while ago. But they got him. Don't fret. There's been a couple of high-speed chases lately going through town, or low-speed chases, I should say. Oh, goodness gracious. Did we clear the text messages, sir, before I move on to the sheriff story?
No, we got one more here from Allison. It just says, "Aw, thank you, JR."
Oh, you're welcome. I told you she was listening. She's been listening forever. Allison, happy birthday. 21 years old today, Allison. Congratulations. Oh, goodness gracious. That's it. We're good. If you want to chime in, 661-842-5376. So the sheriff's department paid out $300,000 to former chief sheriff's deputy, what's his name? Freeman, Justin. Yeah, Justin Fleeman, who decided he wanted to run against the sheriff for sheriff. And then this was back in 2018. And then after the race was over, in which he really, sorry to say, never had a chance, they put him under investigation for things that he said during the campaign that they claimed was sensitive information. And what they were talking about is during the campaign, he made allegations of a lot of improprieties going on at the sheriff's department. Whether or not they're all true, allegedly, I don't know. Or allegedly, I do know. That's not the point. He wasn't dropping names. So they said, hey, he wasn't saying anything out of turn. He's just making claims that the sheriff didn't know what he was doing with his department, and there was a lot of things going on. To which I say, why would you want to return to work there? Right? If you didn't like it so much that you ran against the sheriff because you wanted to change the culture at the sheriff's department, why would you want to continue to work in the so-called, you claim, system that is broken? Now, if I were Donnie, and I'm not, we once shared pages in a magazine for mustaches in Bakersfield. But I would have just sent him to, I don't know, like Ridgecrest or somewhere out in the middle, Mojave. Put him somewhere far. But they fired him, and then he claimed wrongful termination. And so now he got $300,000, but really, I think more than half is going to his lawyers, or almost half. $131,000 goes to his lawyers. $131,000 in lawyers' fees. I should have been a lawyer. And I know I should be upset that we had to pay out any money to this disgruntled employee who wanted to take the boss's job and didn't. And it's not like when you or I are at work, say me and Chris are at work, right? And somebody quits. Somebody like the GM quits, and we both apply for the position. And one of us gets it and the other one doesn't. But this guy was trying to get the boss fired. He was like, I can do better than you. That would be like me going and telling Raj, hey, I can do better than Billy if you just give me the position over him. And if you do that, I promise I'll turn this thing around. He was trying to, why do you still want to work there, bro? Why would you even come back to work after that? So I know I should be upset, but it's only $300. What is he going to do? The thing I'm really mad about, and it's not just him, we're paying this guy a $90,000 pension every year. $90,000. How many of these guys that are no longer working for the sheriff's department are getting a paycheck like that? That's what's unsustainable. Guys that aren't even working getting paid $90,000. Again, I went into the wrong field apparently. That is $300,000, and he's going to get what, 170. So then on top of that, he gets what, 120 if he's lucky after taxes, and California gets a hold of him. He's going to be able to pay off his house. The 90,000, that's what. I'm sorry. You should not be getting that $90,000 a year. No, and that's not just him. That's any of you. Goodness gracious, we should not be paying people that much once they retire. I understand it's a hard gig and it's stressful and you give a lot, but and he's not even that old. Imagine had he stayed on the force and this is what guys do. They'll move up and move up and move up. And then what you get is the percentage of the highest last earnings that you had. $90,000 a year. And he gets his retirement badge. And Donnie won't stop him from getting a CCW if he wants one. So I'm not mad at the $300,000. I'm not mad at the sheriff for firing the guy either. He didn't want to work for us anyways. He said we were inept and there was all kinds of sexual behavior going on and that. Allegedly. Don't get mad at me, Sheriff. Allegedly. DUI driver. This one always makes me happy whenever we talk about this. Remember, when did this occur? About a month or so ago, back on Baker Street, when this driver originally struck a pedestrian and then kept going and then struck another vehicle in which it caught on fire. We learned he had a blood alcohol content of 0.30, almost 4 times the legal limit, according to police reports. The driver of the minivan died. The pedestrian he originally struck died. He's being charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated, hit and run, DUI causing injury, and driving on a license suspended or revoked for. What was his license revoked for? Why didn't he have a license? Because he had a DUI. Should have never been driving anyways. He's being held without bail. Preliminary hearing is scheduled for next month. He's a convicted felon with 2 prior DUI convictions. This happened back on June 21st around 6 p.m. in the 800 block of Baker Street. They said the SUV was traveling 72 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. Hopefully, this guy goes away for what I believe should be the rest of his life. I believe that if you get in the vehicle intoxicated and you decide that you want to drive in an accident that you cause and somebody loses their life, you should go to jail forever. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear you messed up and you won't do it. You took somebody's life. And there's no way you can convince me that, oh, well, I didn't know drinking and driving would blah, blah, blah. It'll be a PSA, I guess, of the show every time. Because it happens a lot. And I'll remind people, don't drink and drive. And then I'll plead with the district attorney, with state leaders, with whoever to start getting tougher on DUI cases, whether or not somebody's injured. Apparently, we need to start sending a message that, look, it's not cool. And we know that you're just going to be a repeat offender. So why are we even messing with you? Taking your car away doesn't matter anymore. Putting a breathalyzer on it doesn't help. You know how easy it is to get somebody to blow in that thing for you? Not that I know by experience, by the way. Never had a breath. I've never had to be administered a breathalyzer. Thankfully, knock on wood. But then I don't drink as much as I used to. Not nearly as much as I used to. I have maybe 4 drinks a year, if I'm lucky. But even as I mentioned yesterday when we talked about DUIs, don't just, it's not even worth going out. You even try to do the right thing and get in an Uber, you can end up being T-boned by a drunk driver running a red light. It's a sad epidemic that we need to start taking real action for. I promise I won't end on a happy note as we go to break. I promise. There's some fun stories we'll get to. You can take your kids out to see some meteor showers coming up. Tell you when that happens. I think SpaceX is launching a rocket, or two even. Give you a window of opportunity when to watch the skies for that. Plus a story that we can all get a kick out of. I'll tell you on the other side. Plus your comments, text messages, phone calls, and emails. YouTube chat room chatters will be had. 661-842-5376 if you want to join the conversation. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and
Yes,
AM
Kern County
1180
activities.
KERN.
Wednesday edition, Clay
No,
Travis,
John,
Sexton Show. We will
John,
break down the
come on,
absolute
John.
latest on Trump's trip to
Not
Europe
unalive
and the
ourselves.
ongoing tariff conclusion and what we should expect
No, big
for
dog, I'm
August
not covering
1st.
for
All
Ralph
that,
today.
plus the latest on Epstein and
I'm not
Democrats
covering for
continue
Ralph
to
today.
struggle
Hello,
with how
hello,
they
can
get
you hear
back
me?
to
Is
some
this thing
form of
on?
normalcy. Probably they won't, but we'll
Is this
talk
thing
about
on?
it anyway. Clay and Buck, come hang.
Live 9 to noon. News Talk
Yes, Anthony,
96.1
I do
and
follow
AM
Kern County
1180
activities.
KERN.
Hi, I'm Rick Sorsey, certified kitchen and bath designer and owner of
Big
Stockyard
dog,
Kitchen
who?
and Bath.
What's your
When
name,
it
big
comes
dog?
to remodeling your kitchen or
You're
bathroom,
not the big
we
dog I
deserve
think
a
about.
process that's personal, precise, and as stress-free as possible. That's why I personally design every project with you using state-of-the-art three-dimensional software so you can see exactly what your new space will look like even before construction begins. No guesswork, no surprises, just a clear vision brought to life. And I believe in guiding you through every step of the process. I shop with you. Cabinets, countertops, fixtures, so you get the perfect combination of style and function. We work with top quality American-made cabinet brands like Waypoint, Diamond, Medallion to ensure long-lasting beauty and craftsmanship. If you're ready to turn your vision
It's understood that Hollywood, South California.
Pay your surgeon very well. Let's break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin is issues. Memories that were your waging. First on your clothes. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can also find us streaming on YouTube. Just go follow Kern Radio. Go right there to YouTube, look it up, Kern Radio, subscribe, hit the notification button. You'll get notified every time we go live at 2:05 right here on the JR Show, to be followed by the Ralph Bailey Show at 3:05. We'll switch it and then turn off and then turn back. Just hold on tight. You'll get there. It's only going to get better from here. So go and subscribe and tell all of your friends about it. Also follow us on social media. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there. JR Flores, or why not JR? So the president said that Jeff Epstein used to steal young girls from him. It's what he kind of said anyways. The president, coming back from his trip overseas, was being asked questions, as he always does. Now, when he turns to a microphone about the Jeff Epstein case, he was on Air Force One coming back from Scotland. He went into further details. Remember, yesterday he said he was stealing people from him yesterday, or something along those lines. Oh, he said yesterday, for years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. He stole people that worked for me. Don't ever do that again. He did it again, and I threw him out of the place. He went into a little more today. Speaking to reporters, he claims that one of those employees included Virginia Giuffre, who was one of Epstein's most vocal accusers. She died by suicide in April. He claims that she was an employee there. He says, quote, I don't know. I think she worked in the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah, he stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know, none whatsoever, the president said. Those have yet to be verified. When asked if the other workers Epstein took from Mar-a-Lago Resort in Florida were young women, Trump replied, yes. Yes, they were, Mr. President. Far be it from me to be the person to give you advice. Stop talking about it. If you don't want people to talk about it anymore, stop talking about it. I had to agree with Cindy yesterday, for God's sakes. Do you hear me? I had to agree with Cindy. She hasn't called yet. Should we put out a silver alert?
APP?
Silver alert is for the older crowd when they get lost, as opposed to an amber alert for the kids. Here was my thing with Cindy yesterday. I told her, look, list, no list, is there a list? Who's got the list? Who's on the list? We'll probably never know. The Democrats had a chance. They had 4 years to put out a list in which they claim, or everybody wants to speculate, that Donald Trump is on the list. And if he is, then why didn't the Democrats put it out? Why, of all the things they tried to nail him with, all of the things that they tried to put him in jail for, that they tried to impeach him for, of all the things that probably would have sealed the deal, was releasing a list with Donald J. Trump's name on it. But they didn't. And so that makes me ask two questions, or come to two conclusions. Either one, he's not on the list, or two, he is on the list, and so are a bunch of other people that don't want to be known. And so when you talk about the highest level of corruption in the government, when you talk about the highest level of us not trusting the government, The Epstein case is high on that list. So, Mr. President, and they even asked him about pardoning. Are you going to pardon, what's her name? How do you even pronounce her name? Miss Maxwell. Are you going to pardon her? And he says something, what did he say? I'm allowed to give her a pardon. Nobody's approached me with it. Nobody's asked me about it. It's in the news about that aspect of it. But right now, it would be inappropriate to talk about. She did speak with his Department of Justice last week, and now the Supreme Court has even agreed to hear her case. But the president today wants the Epstein story to go away, but then he responds with, hey, he was stealing young girls from me at Mar-a-Lago. I had the young girls working in the spa there. I had the best spa in all the land, and he was stealing all the girls. Mr. President. I don't want to end on those things, so we'll move on to brighter notes, like meteor showers. There's one apparently coming up later this week, or two that will peak at the same time, early morning hours of a Wednesday, which would be tonight into tomorrow morning. So if you want to take the kiddos out, you can go outside and look up, and there will be a meteor shower, two of them. It's not as great as, the Perseids meteor shower that always comes through in August, middle of August. It's not that one. That one will be August 12th through the 13th. But if you want to go and check that out, go out to like Joshua Tree, go out into like the desert, take some peyote. Take the kids, look up at the sky, and get to see all the shooting stars. And what is it? SpaceX? Is that what they call it, right? SpaceX, I believe, is launching a rocket tonight. He said with a question mark. My crack staff is on the case, Chris. I believe it's tonight, so watch out for that. If you see something shooting through the sky, don't be alarmed. It's not the Iranians. It's just SpaceX launching a rocket. And here's the story that we can all get a kick out of. Representative Tim Burkett is on the mend after suffering a horse-related snafu. The Tennessee Republican was accidentally kicked by a horse.
Don't stand behind the horses.
While working on his farm over the weekend, he's 60 years old, suffered a broken rib.
You're 60 years old, you took a kick from a horse?
That's what I'm saying. I know we all could wish we could kick a congressman every once in a while. He was standing behind him because he's a horse's ass, Chris. Ha! I got to get out of here for the day. Make room for the Ralph Bailey Show up next. It's the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. All right, y'all. I'm out. Between 8:30 and 11:30 launch, yes.
This is 96.1 FM.
There's where the term or work husband comes from. I don't even, Greg. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Y'all have a good one. Share the stream.
It's another day of oppressive summer heat in the southeastern